Thanks for joining me today for this striping tape video. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, I'd love for you to subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you can be with me for more videos like this. So if you're not familiar with striping tape, this is what it looks like. It comes in little rolls. You can get it on sheets as well, but that's not really what this is about. They come in different sizes, like thick ones and thin ones. I'm going to be using both of these today. The first thing I need to do is find the end, and this just begins my striping tape hell. I don't like striping tape. I never ever got along with it, but I recently watched some videos of do's and don'ts on striping tape with gel polish, and I thought, well, if these people can make this work, then surely I can. So I went along and did all the do's and don'ts to see what my results were. And oh look, I finally got the end. And I tell you what, I had some varying results to the videos that I watched. So the first thing they said was to clean the inhibition layer off of the nail so that it doesn't have a tacky layer, and put your striping tape on like that. So what I'm doing here is just trying to leave a little end so I don't have to fight with it, trying to find it when I pick it up again. So I've wiped the tacky layer off of this nail, and I'm sticking the striping tape on, and I want to create like a half and half. It's not really in the middle, but it's going to be a half and half nail. So I stuck it on, and I'm going to use my little silicone tool here to really press that down. And I mean, you can see that I am proper pressing it down. There should be no reason for any product to seep underneath there. So they said to use really thin coats, which I am doing. I'm not even going like over the striping tape. I'm trying to just make it so that it's at the line, so that I don't have any problems. I cured that. I said to cure the first layer and then go in with another thin layer. So that's what I did. I put it in the lamp, I took it out, and here I am painting on another layer. And they said that you can cure the second layer, but you don't have to. You can remove the tape after you put the second layer on. So here I go, removing the tape, really excited, and then it didn't work. In two spots even. So that's really frustrating and really set me off to a terrible start. So, okay, I thought, well, maybe it was just a fluke, right? I'll go in, I'll try again. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I wiped the tacky layer off, I'm painting it, except I'm going vertically this time. I don't know if that might help. I did spill a little bit of it over the edge there, so I cleaned it off. I cured that first layer just like I did the first time, and then I went in with a second layer, and that's going to go in the lamp. So this is another one. I'm doing two here. I don't know why, but this is the same thing, but a different nail. So I cured the first layer, went over the line again, because apparently I can't paint polish. And now I have two nails. One of them has had both layers cured. The one on the right has come out of the lamp, and both of these layers were cured. So I just wanted to see if that worked as well, because they said that worked, and it does. It's fine. It did have a little bit on the end there. I'll show you that in a second. So then the other one on the left didn't cure the second layer. See if that's fine, and it's fine. You do get a really crisp line, and you get these really cool curly bits that come off with the striping tape, but I got some on the other side of the tape there, and then on the bottom of each nail, I don't know, I guess I didn't have the striping tape pushed down hard enough or something, because the bottom of each nail has identical little spots that shouldn't be there. So that's annoying. You could paint over them or file them off with a file or whatever. But if you're going to be doing that, then what is the point of even doing this? You might as well just have painted on the design with the striping brush. So what's this? This was the, what color am I using here? Oh, that's funny. This is orange. So this was the inhibition layer one. So they said not to put the tape on over top of the sticky layer. It won't work. So I did just that. I left the inhibition layer on the white polish, and I put that striping tape right over top of it. Now I put both of those layers in the light to cure, and I was expecting great failure when I took this off, and honestly, like, are you serious? This was supposed to be a don't. This is something that wasn't supposed to work, and it did actually work. The only thing is that I went over the striping tape with my polish, and just, I don't know why I'm trying to scrape it off with my tweezers, but that didn't work. Anyway, you can put it over the inhibition layer. Obviously, that was the best one out of all of them, so I don't know what the hell happened there. Another don't they said was don't layer it really thickly. You won't have good results if you put on a really thick layer. So for the yellow, I put on super thick layer. I was going to take it off here, but then I decided, no, it's too thick. I'll cure it first. And here we go. I'm going to take off the tape. And you guys, it worked as well. So the two that weren't supposed to work, the really thick layer and the inhibition layer, were the two best ones. The other ones that were supposed to work didn't work. So striping tape and I obviously don't get along. I don't use it often, and this is exactly why. So this one is this green. Yeah, so I went in and they said not to remove it when it's wet, and it worked fine. So I don't know what magic these people are using, but everything seemed to be the opposite for me. The only thing with this one is that, yeah, you only had one coat of polish on, so I had to go in and put a second one on. But actually, it was quite easy when I had the first layer of green and I could just match up the line. So this one is going to be blue, and she said, don't, what did she say? Cure the first layer and not the second layer. So I'm going in and putting on the blue gel in nice thin layers. It's actually quite difficult to get it to go over top of the striping tape, which was annoying. So the first one, I thought I'll take off this one and just see if it worked, which that really did work very well. The next two I covered up again with some more polish, and the tutorial I watched before, I'll link it in the description below, you can check it out. She pulled it off after applying the second layer and it worked really well for her, but it didn't work for me. There's some bits of blue polish in there, I'll show you in a minute. And for the third piece of tape, I cured both layers. And this just, it didn't work at all, really. It got stuck in there. And you can see yeah, my striping tape's not straight, but even still, there's little bits of blue all mixed in there. And if this was on a human, you would have to go in with a file and fix the jaggy edges where the polish was, and that would be difficult because they have skin over there. And then you'd have to go in with a brush and like touch up the white bits, and I just, by this point in this video, I'm like 50 minutes deep recording and losing the will to live. So I think this is the last one that I'm going to do. And I just wanted to do like a crisscrossy pattern and see what happens when you overlap the pieces of tape. So here I go in, doing really thin, nice thin layer of purple. And I'm going to put it in the light because she said to put it in the light and cure the first layer and not to cure the second layer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I cured the first layer, now I'm going in with my second layer. It's nice and thin as well. And I'm taking them off and they're getting stuck to my fingers, and this is like the story of my life when I use striping tape. It's just like everything just works against me, so now I get a brain and use my tweezers so they don't stick to me. But that didn't work either. So the thing I decided to do with this striping tape is to just put it in the bin, because I don't even need this in my life, this kind of negativity. I just can't even with this. So like, get yourself a striping brush if you want to do stripes. You don't need to mess around with striping tape. The amount of time it's going to take you to like apply the tape and line it up and paint the base color, and then you have to go over with another color and put it in the lamp and do 2 layers and peel off the tape and fix your mistakes. By the time you do that, you could just take a striping brush and paint it on there. You want to do a white stripe? That's cool. You can just get a really good white gel polish and paint a white stripe on there. You don't have to paint the base white and then leave a section and with the tape and paint another color on. You can do a thick line if you want. Like just make 2 lines and then fill it in between. This just seems so much easier to me than striping tape. You might like striping tape, and hats off to you if you can get it to work. Like, I bow down to you because I cannot get this to work. So I will continue to use the striping brush. It doesn't give you the exact same effect with regular gel polish. It is a little bit, I don't know, it's just a bit different. Not quite as crisp, and I guess the white bits are raised and the color bits are lower, but you could switch that around if you really wanted. I just find it much easier to do it like this. The amount of time it took me to do the first 5 or 6 nails was way longer than it's taking me to just go on and paint these stripes on with the striping brush. So I don't know. The only thing that I will say, I'm going to put some top coat on these now. I don't know why, because I'm just going to throw them in the bin. That's just a waste of top coat. Never mind. The thing is with striping, if I'm doing stripes and I want really crisp lines, then I'll use a product like this. This is a gel paint. It's not a gel polish, and it is the bomb. I've never tried anything quite as good as this. Super duper thick, and you can get really, really crisp lines like this. I did skip a little bit there because the red polish had gone on unevenly. So I had to go back in with my striping brush and just level that out. But you can see how crisp these lines are. I'm going to do a bunch of little ones down the side here to just show you how beautiful this is. And this to me is a more professional look than the finished look of striping tape. And if you make a mistake, then it's much quicker and much easier to fix because you don't have to wait until you remove the tape to see if it worked, and if it didn't, it's not like a gamble. You can see if it's working or not and fix any mistakes as you go along. So get yourself some of that and a good striping brush and chuck your striping tape in the bin. Here's the results. I mean, these are the ones with the striping tape, except you saw me paint the red and the orange one there. I added a little bit extra too. These are the ones that I painted with striping tape or without the striping tape. The blue one and the purple one and that red one there. I mean, it's not much different, you guys, and it saves so much time. So that's it from me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back very soon with you for another nail video.